machine.
I want to talk about what it is like as an engineer and your faith. Do you think that there's what kind of overlap do you see as far as you have your love of engineering over here, but then you have your faith over here, and where do they intersect? And does your life as an engineer, does that help or hinder? How does that impact your faith life?
I figured out a while ago that it can't just be two separate things for me. Like it can't be this uh, completely divided secular occupation. Um, I at some point I thought yeah, I'd like to be able to help other people. That's one reason I thought I'd like to go to graduate school, become a professor, teach other people. And I sometimes felt guilty about spending all this time thinking about technical topics, things that are not directly helping people, like a nurse is directly helping someone. And it took me a while to realize God made me this person who's curious about things and who wants to dig in and understand why, and uh, that can definitely be used for good. So I guess accepting that helped me marry being an engineer, which requires all that curiosity and technical acumen, with a faith life where you realize the worth of an individual person. And teaching is great for that, because you know the people are important. They are what is important. It's not the email that I'm writing right now, or the 10 other things that I have to do. So engineering and teaching, I think, fit together really well with my faith. And I hope that people wouldn't see it as some completely other different person. I don't talk directly about my faith with a lot of students, but just by trying to show how people are important, I think is one way that marries the two.
Do you think that that being engineer, has that helped you? Are there areas in your faith that has helped you? Do you think that has helped you in, whether it's studying scripture or, understanding how? I mean, one of the things I love about the Catholic faith is that there is so much reason tied to it. It's not just, okay, here's this God, believe in him. This is what he tells you to do it. That there's reason behind it.
Yeah, I don't really see any contradiction between the two. There's no thing that I can learn about the physical world that I think is going to shake my faith, and I think it's really the opposite. Learning more and more about the physical world, I think that it's beautiful, and there's so many different layers of understanding things that we thought we understood, and now we zoom in another 10 times under the microscope and say, well, actually there's something different going on here. And yeah, for me, I guess it's an appreciation as we discover more and more about creation and the little forces that make things work the way that they work, and the parts of it that we don't understand yet, and we can marvel at it. Yeah, I think it's more that as an engineer, I get to see the beauty of all of these natural things, and it's kind of a simultaneous appreciation from my nerdy engineering side, like, oh, there's that Newton's second law, boy, it's a beautiful thing. And from the face side of, what a wonderful wonderful creation. So high are your ways above my ways, and thoughts above your thoughts. And something I can never conceive of, but I can appreciate.
Yeah. Well, and going back to what you're saying at the beginning, the saying that growing up, you either wanted to be an artist or an engineer, and that you said being a mechanical engineer is a combination of the two. Realizing that that we're created in God's image, and as an engineer, or as an artist like my wife is, we take part in God's act of creation. That God gave us a creative spirit, and whenever you're making something, that you're doing what God did in a smaller scale.
You can simultaneously appreciate what you've done and be amazed by it, and then also say, this is really, really humbling and modest compared to this grander creation. But that joy of creating is amazing. Conceiving of something, thinking through where it might work, where it might not work, iterating to get to something that finally does work. Yeah, there's simple joy in going through that process.
Now, I'm pretty sure that God did not do the iterations. God did not make mistakes and then fix it. But even the fact that in our imperfection, in our making mistakes and finding ways to fix it, that we still can find joy in that.
That's true. Yeah, we still have to learn, so that's just us doing the necessary learning.
Thank you for watching this Nerding Out short. Click here to watch the full episode. Click the subscribe button and the bell notification to know when we put up new videos. To support the channel, head over to Nerdy Catholic Tees and purchase some nerdy merch of your very own.
System shut down.